But before we go, as always, I'm sure you know this, the final question always goes to the guest. So please, anything you want to ask me, my friend, the floor is yours.
Oh, yes. So you have a wrestling show. And
I do.
I've been dying to ask you this question because next month, first week of April, is WrestleMania. And of all the matches that intrigue me about WrestleMania is this Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley. For some reason, I feel like that this is going to be the match that everybody is talking about on Monday morning.
Really?
I need to know because you watch wrestling. You're a big fan like me.
Interesting.
What are your thoughts on this Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley matchup?
God, I gotta tell you, I don't care about the match. I just don't. Like, I'm a big fan of Rhea, right? Don't get me wrong. Rhea's heel turn in the Judgment Day is outstanding. It's so good. And Charlotte, I love Charlotte because I respect Charlotte. I respect her work ethic. I respect her hustle, and I respect the troubles she had to go through to get to where she is. I know it's weird seeing that she's a Flair. Like, did you watch her Broken Skull session with Austin on the network?
Yes. It's
fantastic.
Crazy.
It's just like, I never would have guessed that this is the life she lives. And I left that interview going, I genuinely feel bad for you. Like, I pity you, even though you're a multimillionaire, the most successful female wrestler ever, and you're Ric Flair's daughter. I go, as much as I complain about my life, I would not trade to be you. I would be happy being me. And that's a weird compliment for Charlotte Flair. I'm a big fan of Charlotte Flair. She deserves all the accolades she has. I'm a big fan of Rhea Ripley. But I know we got ripped off of the match in 2020, but we saw the match. That time kind of came and went. I wanted Ripley and Bianca. I think that's a better match. But then again, we have years for that match. They're both young. They're both in their prime. Charlotte, who knows how many years she has left, right? Who knows? So you gotta pull the trigger while you can pull the trigger. So I understand why they're pulling the trigger. But also on Mania, there's so many things going on that card that are gonna be amazing. This one's just kind of lost in the shuffle. And if you listen to the King's Rings podcast, live every Wednesday night, by the way, I think night one main event is Sammy, Kevin versus the Usos for the tag belts. I think Sammy deserves that main event more than Bianca, Asuka, or Charlotte and Rhea Ripley, because I don't believe the women's main event WrestleMania just because they're women, right? When the women have main events WrestleMania, they deserve it. Bianca, Sasha, definitely. Bianca was put on the map. The triple threat, duh. So I think Sammy deserves that main event spot for night one more than anyone else. So in terms of this match, is it going to be a great match? Probably. Who's going to win? I have no idea. I could see it going either way. I'm pulling for Rhea. But show stealer, absolutely. My personal interest in it, I'll enjoy it when I see it.
Rhea Ripley has done so much coming up from that NXT.
Yeah.
She's done so much and she's become a huge fan favorite. I'm really pulling for her, but for some reason in the back of my mind, I feel like that this is going to be the match that everybody's going to be talking about the next day or Monday morning when it's all said and done. I just can't wait to see. Are you happy with the Hall of Fame inductees so far?
Ray?
Muta and Rey Mysterio?
Rey and Muta, I'm surprised it took this long. Like, WrestleMania is in 2 weeks, man. Like, when this is released, WrestleMania is this Saturday and Sunday when this is going to be released. Like, it's going to be very, very quick. So,
right.
I don't know who else. We're recording this on March 16th. Happy 316 Day, by the way. So it's going to be very interesting.
Right,
yeah, it's Austin. Austin's today. It's going to be very interesting to see what the rest of it looks like. I would love to see Psycho Sid. I would love to see like Bam Bam. I would love to see Maurice. I think it might be Melina, but this is going to be old news by the time people hear this. But I always like the Hall of Fame because it's interesting to see who gets in, and people get really upset about it. It's a fake Hall of Fame for a fake sport. But I do love Hall of Fame because I love their video packages they do for them. They don't do them anymore unless it's the night of. But I don't know. I think the adjustments they made, I liked when they had them walk to the ring. I thought that was very poetic. And until Bret Hart got attacked. I liked the stage. They do a good job with the Hall of Fame. I'm very interested to see if and when Dom attacks Rey on the stage. Because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's a matter of when.
Yeah, that's what I feel. It's kind of a no-brainer. I think it's going to happen then. And this is, it's the passing of the torch. But I'm like, Ray can't lose this match. He just can't.
Oh, he has to. I think Ricky and I talked about this on the show the other night. I would do loser leaves town. What else does Ray have to do? Really? Right? What a more poetic way for the man to go out, put over his son on the biggest stage of them all, and retire.
Yeah.
I mean, and Dom's a great talent. He's a really good heel. He's. I say this all the time.
He has.
Sometimes wrestling is just the right amount of stupid, and Dominic Mysterio is just enough stupid for it to work.
Yeah. He's coming to his own. He's had some struggles.
Yes.
As we've watched him grow. I think the going to jail part of this whole growth, I think that's what kind of pushed him over into this. Okay, we get it now, And
to be fair, right, it's the same thing with our content. You just don't know what's going to go viral. Him going to jail got over. Sammy Uso got over. The yes chant got over. The things that aren't Austin 316 got over. The things that aren't planned are the ones that get over the most. The things you least expect are the ones that get over the most.
Yeah,
so
that's right. Yeah.
It's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be very, very, very interesting. So I'm very excited to see what's happening in wrestling. That podcast is every Wednesday night. We are live, King's Rings, as well as Wrestle Addict Radio on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Have fun with us. We got a pretty small community, but it's a lot of fun. We got a Discord channel. Our live chats are very fun on the Wrestling Podcast, so those guys keep me going. If APS fails, I always got Kings of the Rings, always and forever.